Why, good evening, you beautiful souls. I hope you're having a great day thus far and that this satsang is well received. Most importantly, we wrap up our June exploration of the I am with really bringing the highlight back onto what we started this with, the I am presence itself, you, that sense of me, myself, and I, and to really just allow all of the temporary aspects of our attachments, our conditionings, our identities to drop away so you can awaken, so you can really fully marinate and anchor yourself truthfully in the presence that is always observing this existence, this experience, this beautiful life, you. So we come back into that in which we always will be and have always been. The most important thing to remember here is that you are already that in which you seek. This desire, this yearning to experience, to understand that divine nature of the I am presence goes beyond the mind, so abandon all thoughts as I lovingly invite you back home to the heart. When you hear the first 3 taps of the singing bowl, take a deep inhale with each sound of the bowl as it rings. As you exhale, transform it into a mighty Om, allowing that A note to resonate by lowering and relaxing the jaw. And as you close the mouth, the U and the M will form naturally. Pay close attention to the 4th note within this divine chord, the silence, after the AUM is chanted. Allow everything to simply be as it is. Pay no attention to the temporary happenings, the coming and goings of the mind. Remain rooted in that knowing of self, that recognition that you are the witness, you are the observer. Let go of all sense of self entirely and allow your presence to be. No expectations, no assumptions, no judgments, no characteristics. Simply allow the pure witnessing to take place. Shift your awareness towards your own sense of observation, to the silence, to anything that allows you to let go. With this final tap of the singing bowl, shift your full attention to the sound of the bell as it rings. So too allow yourself to shift back into that focus of the stillness, the calm, the quiet. That divine I am presence in which we are is but of the most subtle of subtleties. For the truth, like our very sense of self, it operates quietly, gently, calmly. Just as that inner knowing and those highest truths never repeat themselves, it is that quiet and careful, calm state of awareness that we can come back home to this divine understanding of what we are. The backdrop in which this I am presence is based upon. It's the attachments, it's the conditionings, it's the loud aspects in which grab our attention, but they are simply lures away from our pedestal, our throne, our window. The duality in which you live, the material, the mental, the emotional, the physical, the good, the bad, the light, the dark, is all experienced from that fulcrum of the I am, that presence in which you are. It is this I am of the heart that is always witnessing, that is the experiencer, that is the one that perceives conscious and unconscious, memory, and forgetfulness. For it's that remembrance in which we again have the aha moments, and the many woes in which something slips the mind and memory. Come to look at yourself not as some construct, not as some idea, but as that ethereal ocean of consciousness, of love. And your sense of self is but a focalizing point, a window, a lens. Just as light becomes scattered through the many prisms that can form, so too the full spectrum, these rainbows of colors of personalities and perspectives are born, all stemming from the Creator. Look within your heart and understand that the light within your very beingness is that of the divine. For you would not exist if the Creator didn't have it be. So is this existence. Your I am presence is silent, knowing, is dynamic intellect, is instantaneous knowing and recognition. But you are the one that chooses how much you want to be a vessel for life to flow through. And that is the many paradoxes of this spiritual search, is that we think that there is somehow a refinement bringing us more into the pureness of our identity. But in truth, this spiritual search is breaking down all constructs of such identity to come to understand your pure eternal soul, which does have its own unique dynamic expression. But the more that you enter into this path of inner looking, the more that you let go of all that the I am is attached to until you are simply you, without identification. Now the mind will be lost. The mind has no answers for such theories and for such explorations of this experience, for it can't comprehend them. Pay it no attention, let go of its fears and doubts, and come to know that you already experience this effortless eternal state. How many times in your day, week, life have you skipped time, enjoying the moment so purely and effortlessly that hours went by like minutes? Vice versa, how many times in situations have you been in where mere minutes were experienced as hours? These are some of the many subtle, defining truths of this experience that reveal to you your true position, the creator of this play, the perceiver of this experience, the participant and the director, all in one. And that is the beautiful role of being the divine light in which you are, in which all is. The more you let go of, the more you receive. So what is holding you back from fully emptying that cup of identity and conditioning? For when the I am presence is given the love and affection it deserves, all aspects of desires, aspirations will come to fruition with ease. So let go of all falsehoods. Let go of the temporary. Allow yourself to clearly see that in which you are by giving your own sense of awareness and the aroma of your very beingness, that full attention of your affection. You are a magnifying glass of love. Do not forget that the energies in which flow through you are love at their very core. So choose wisely which ones you allow to express, which ones you choose to follow and act upon. But with everything in this experience, it matters not what is doing it or who is doing it, but from rather what position you understand yourself to be. Come to the full realization that you are beyond all temporary happenings. So see yourself as timeless. See yourself before you were given a name and the many conditionings attached to it. Breathe in every breath as if it's your first. Give life such attention, and the silence is inevitable. The peace is overflowing. The calm is effortless. Because you're no longer getting in the way of what life is always trying to express. It's this living by the heart. It's this guiding yourself through this lens of affection that brings you so close to the divine. For you see it and know it in everything, yourself and all others included. So put that highlight, put that spotlight of affection, that window of awareness, and gear it towards that silent knowing of what you are. Exhale and release all air from the body. Begin to take a deep breath here, filling up the lower abdominal wall, then the upper chest. Fill yourself up with as much air as you can, and when you feel like you're at your peak again, take a few more breaths and simply hold. Do not pay attention to the body, but instead the observer of it. Know that you do not even perceive through your eyes, but the heart. So just as you hold the breath, allow the separation to arise naturally. Remain in that knowing, that stillness, that calm. When the body is ready, it will breathe again on its own. But pay it no attention. It's here in these moments that we come to recognize the importance of relaxation, truly being effortless. That is more your nature than anything, for again, you are just that window, that open orifice for consciousness to flow through, just as the eye, the pupil itself, is but a hole. Be that portal to the divine by allowing yourself to simply be. Again, remain in that knowing of self as the silent witness, as that instantaneous knower of the one that observes doing and being, the one that perceives the contraction and the relaxation. Do not become attached to the many adjectives, the many things you observe and witness. But again, bring back to your heart that awareness that you are the perceiver of this experience. That this dynamic film of life is showing itself for the audience of one, you. And we each have our own screens of awareness. And simply rest. Rest in all in which you are, and always have been and always shall be. The only thing that ever changes in this experience is the depth of our understanding of this dynamic self, this oneness, that beingness and isness which is all. Again here, allow your body to exhale and release all air from it. And whenever you're ready, again, taking a deep breath here, filling up that lower belly, then the upper chest. And when you feel like the body is filled with air, again, squeeze in the last few more breaths. And hold. As you simply listen to the voice, as you simply observe that dropping away, that space, the separation, bring yourself back to that knowing that it is you who is observing the separation and the intimacy. You observe two distinct or more depths, yet you are the witness of them all. Whenever the body needs to, it will breathe on its own. Continue to bring yourself back to that knowing of self. As the knower that doesn't need to think. As the one that just instantaneously has it. Again here, allow yourself to release all air from the body. And whenever you are ready, take a deep breath in from that lower belly. Again, filling there to the upper chest. Marinate in this and hold. After you've squeezed in a few more breaths, and as you rest here, simply sit. Remain as you are, without a descriptor, without any task or focal point, but simply existing, marinating in that silence, that stillness that you are again witnessing, for it is the aroma of you, that window into the divine. It's allowing yourself to simply remain in enamor and love with that calm, that quiet, that brings you closer back to that eternal, effortless knowing of self. So you may rest within the cinema of the mind and simply observe life flow through you as you enjoy this divine film. One snapshot of now at a time. When you hear the next tap of the singing bowl, allow yourself to again take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, transform that breath into the mighty Om. Namaste. I bow to the divine within you. Thank you so much for tapping in. I hope you enjoyed tonight's Satsang and meditation. There's really not much left to say. the little pointers that were given were powerful enough to take you fully into this exploration. We see ourselves as this little, puppet master up top in the consciousness. But in truth, we are but an open channel. And think about it much as the mechanics of the eye. How does the eye perceive life, perceive this external world through those photons traveling through it? But what is it? It's just an open space. It has the receptors in the back, yes, but it's an open space. Your pupil is just a hole, a cavity, an opening space. And that's very much what love is. Openness. So when you think of yourself, know that you are love. You are openness. You are that space. You are that nothingness that somehow has everything in it. That'll make the rules, folks. I just can see them. And that's one of the things that's really beautiful about when we come back into this realization of what we are, is that it's really not about anything you hear, see, or sense externally, even in the head, even when the eyes are closed. It's that you are the window. You are the screen. Thank you. I also like that one. That was pretty juicy. I was just like, okay. Mind you, I'm just chilling, kicking back in the beingness, just witnessing the flow. And I think that magnifying a glass of love is, essentially you could see it as just the imagery of when it's spoken. Your affection of attention. Your affection of attention is almost like that eye of Sauron, just boom, highlighting, spotlighting, whatever it is. And that's the sauce when you really recognize, okay, well, what happens when we allow the magnifying glass just to be? We don't do anything. Then from a focalized point, it actually just begins to radiate. A little exercise that was done in this meditation, the breathing, that is one of the best ways to really allow yourself to just have a separation to really experience everything that has been discussed thus far. Because the more that you can allow yourself consciously to not participate in the temporary happenings, it's almost like you kind of assert your position again, looking down. So, with that, may the fruit of knowledge offer a seed, and in that seed may your love, will, and intuition give life and nourishment, for a tree shall grow, and in its shade may you find peace, and offer peace to all whom ask. Namaste. I bow to the divine within you. I love you so much. DMD, you a real one. Thanks for tapping in. Take it easy, everybody. Crazy. July is coming up. We got a new theme and all these things. You'll have to find out Sunday. Take care. Peace. Much love.